Well, it might be looking like it's taking long, but the board of Arsenal is negotiating the best for you, the fans of Arsenal. Welcome to this channel. That is the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name and hope you guys are really having fun and continue to obviously subscribe so as to see that everything really moves on as planned. We are talking Arsenal Merino transfer reciprocation that is going to be confirmed by Fabrizio Romano, and it comes in at the juncture when most of you are really asking, when is this deal happening? But I tell you, it's just a matter of time for this to happen. Liverpool went ahead to destroy a team that I support, that is Manchester United, by 4-0. And lastly, we have something concerning Real Madrid being annihilated by Barcelona down in the US, and the manager is going to obviously come out and say it was not enough. And guess who the manager is? He's the manager of the winning team. That is none other than what's his name? He's the manager of the winning team. None other than Hansi Flick. Good evening. It's a Sunday, and that will recharge a little bit and obviously come here and really present to you what we really have to offer to you guys. Now, we thank God for the gift of life and Allah. So guys, endeavor to obviously say a prayer and obviously the needful. Now, Mikel Merino is one of those deals that is really pending, and most of you are like, when is it going to happen? Fabrizio Romano was on his YouTube, and this is what he had to say. Arsenal remain confident about closing the Mikel Merino deal in the next days, as the Premier League club have an agreement with Real Sociedad on the package for the player, which will be around 30 million euros. The clubs are still discussing the structure of the deal and payment terms, so there are still some things to clarify before it can be announced. So Arsenal is confident on the deal to happen, and there are some little nitty-gritties holding this deal, and the clubs are really discussing the structure of the deal. Things concerning the structure of the deal are really hard because nowadays teams want to spread that payout for the longevity of the contract they are going to give through the player. That's why they have to first agree personal terms with the player. And as it stands, it's always on the go, and it's always onto the move to obviously see to it that this really moves on as to the plan of the people involved. And right now, when you look at the deal of Merino, having gone ahead to agree a deal of 4 years, that means they have to really spread out that payment in 4 years. If they've gone ahead to agree on 30 million euros, you have to divide 30 million euros by 4, meaning that Arsenal can average as a minimum of 70 million euros per year. And now, the structure of its payment. First and foremost, the initial fee. What is it gonna be? You understand? And those are the nitty-gritties that Arsenal is sorting out with the side of Real Sociedad. But the fact is, Arsenal are confident this deal is really gonna go through, because if they happen to beat off competition from Juventus, Chelsea, and so on and so forth on Riccardo Carafiori, and they really want the deal and got it happen, why should they really get worried for a player who has gone ahead to give them green light? You understand? And for Arsenal, they wanted the deal of Riccardo Carafiori to be done before they really fled to the US, such that he really plays some games with the team, but it was not possible. It was not possible at any one moment to say to it that everything really moves on to that order, but finally it was done. Now for Mikel Merino, I believe that Arsenal really going to be pushing hard to obviously get this deal done and dusted, as they were in the US, and they've gone ahead to return. Edu will be like, all right, I have to obviously let this happen and give Mikel the best I really deserve. Sometimes you'll need to obviously have players like Merino into your team, because they bring in a different mentality and a different kind of flair altogether. I've always told you that the addition of Carafiori and the likes of Mikel Merino, left-footed talented players, will give Arsenal more and more options into their attacking phase and defensive phase. So the player is really confident. And the structure, when it's done, I tell you what, all will be done and dusted and everything will be okay. Fabrizio Romano again had something to say about this deal of Mikel Merino to Arsenal. He said, the transfer is progressing very well and the expectation is that the deal will get done because the player has already said yes to Arsenal. Merino is no longer negotiating with Spanish clubs as he had opportunities with Atletico Madrid and Barcelona. He wants to go to the Premier League and he wants to play for Arsenal to work under Mikel Arteta, who has been really influential in the market for the Gunners. This deal is at the final stages and is advancing very well, with Merino expected to be a new Arsenal player very soon. Now, it's written all over the wall that Mikel Merino is going to be an Arsenal player. You know, hate it or love it, he's really gonna be. He is really gonna be an Arsenal player. And no one is gonna stop him from really becoming one. And that's what I call about. That's why I went ahead of come with the title that Merino, Arsenal, Merino transfer reciprocation. Because when you reciprocate, that means you are obviously offering the same energy like the other one is really offering. And this time, it's not all about negative energy, it's all about positive energy. And the corresponding positive gesture for Merino has been really witnessed by Arsenal. And guess what? Lots of things have gonna have to happen and the player wants to come in through and really play for the club of Arsenal. And I tell you, a lot is still gonna happen in these remaining 27 days before this month comes to an end, as we close down to what we call the summer transfer window, because it is really one of those moments that you have to come out and really understand that it's not gonna come easy for anyone. You know, it's really gonna be a hard season for everyone who's gonna be facing Arsenal. The reinforcement they are really doing, they are taking their time, but they're really taking it. They're bringing in players that have been missing pieces into that team of Arsenal. You understand? He's setting up his squad to come up and obviously compete for all these trophies. And this is what Arsenal is really doing. They are moving out players and moving in players that will help them do the needful. Now, after Mikel Merino, let's talk about one of the teams that beat Arsenal into the pre-season, that is Liverpool. Liverpool went ahead to beat Arsenal by 2-1, and in the morning they beat Man United by 3-0. Fabio Carvalho, 10th minute, Curtis Jones, 36th minute, and Smith went ahead and scored the third one, the 36th minute. And Liverpool went ahead to dominate almost everything. Sorry, they went ahead to obviously dominate what we call the possession and the goals, but United really had other aspects of the games better and better and better. 18 shots by Man United, Liverpool had 9. 8 shots by Man United, 5 shots on target by Arsenal. 47% ball possession by Man United, 53% ball possession by Liverpool. 455 passes completed by Man United. Liverpool completed 527 passes. Then passing accuracy, 83% passing accuracy for the side of Manchester United and 85% passing accuracy for the side of Liverpool. 8 fouls committed by Manchester United. Liverpool committed 15 fouls. 1 yellow card to Manchester United, 0 yellow cards to Liverpool. No red cards, 2 offsides to Man United and 1 to Liverpool. 5 corners to Manchester United and 2 corners to the side of Liverpool into the mix. So that's how everything went ahead to pan down at a stadium that capacitates 77,500 and I think 59 fans, and it was full to capacity, and it was known as the William Breeze Stadium in there for you. Now, United has also returned to the side of or they're on plane returning to England or UK to prepare for their Community Shield game. But when you look at the sides of Liverpool, they really have a lot to go, and I think they're still a little bit playing some part down there. But Ancelotti is really having a very good team, and Carvalho for me is the highlight. And Real Madrid today morning also played against Barcelona, and the game ended 2-1 in favor of Barcelona. It was Pau Victor scoring a brace in the 42nd minute and 54th minute. Then Nico Pez scored in the 82nd minute. And what was the game by numbers? as far as the game was really played. 11 shots by Madrid, 11 shots by Barcelona, 3 shots on target by Real Madrid, 6 shots on target by Barcelona, 51% ball possession by Real Madrid, 49% ball possession by Barcelona, 548 passes completed by Real Madrid and 553 passes completed by Barcelona, 91% passing accuracy for both sides, 14 fouls by Real Madrid, 12 fouls by Barcelona, 2 yellow cards to both sides, 0 red cards to both sides, and 1 offside to both sides, 6 corners to both sides. They went ahead, obviously balanced. It was the MetLife Stadium where everything got ahead to be really played and orchestrated in there for you. Now, Barcelona, after winning that game of football, their manager came out and really said that it's not really good for them, having gone ahead to beat Man City and Real Madrid in the preseason in the US. The manager Hans Flick had the following to say: "We didn't press for the full 90 minutes." And that's a problem. So I like the manager, like Hans Flick, who pays a lot of attention to detail. He calls in for them to press for 90 minutes. You know, as Ralf Rangnick said, there is nothing like pressing a little bit. It's either a full press or not, because for a press to be effective, it has to obviously have the entire team involved in it. The moment the entire team is not involved into the press, then you'll dance to your music and you'll feel like it's really hard for them to do. So he was not happy for them not really doing a full press. But remember, both teams are missing out on players. For example, Real Madrid, you'll talk about Vinicius Jr., Kylian Mbappe, Camavinga, Chiomini, Carvajal, and very many other players are missing out. Jude Bellingham have been missing out on action for Real Madrid. For Barcelona, I think Pedri, you talk about Gavi, you talk about Lamine Yamal, other players that were into the Euros and what we call the Copa America, but they are yet to have their full squads back. And we all admit that when their full squads are back, then we'll see the best of it, because they'll be portraying the best of work they can obviously put out onto the pitch. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Tell me this about Arne Merino transfer reciprocation. Welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Liverpool destroying Man United in the US and Barcelona beating both Man City and Real Madrid? Good evening. We thank God and Allah for the gift of life, and we out.